two violations because they're relatively short and straightforward: closely guarded player and out of bounds. When we look at the closely guarded player violation, it's important to understand that FIBA is about flow. So this violation's focus is to stop stalling or holding the basketball that can bog down the game. So when an opponent is in a legal guarding position, which means not fouling, pretty much in their cylinder at a distance of no more than 1 meter away, we have a 5-second count that starts. So the player must use their triple threat, which is pass, shoot, or dribble the ball within those 5 seconds, else they will incur a violation. Player catches the ball, referee recognizes that he has not passed, shot, or dribbled the basketball, and initiates his 5-second count. As you can see, he recognizes it, starts his count, and once a pass is made, we play on, no violation. The out of bounds violation is pretty straightforward. There's only one portion of the definition that tends to get confused in games because people watch NBA and college and interpret those rules, and then there'll be a couple of special circumstances we'll look at. But the boundary line that encompasses the playing court, where we have our gameplay going on, that line signifies out of bounds and inbounds. If you step on that line or anything past that line, you are out of bounds. It doesn't matter if the object, like a chair or a scorekeeper desk, is on or past the out of bounds line, and while you go to save it, you sit on the scorekeeper's desk going, well, I'm not standing on the floor. No, you are still out of bounds. The floor or any object above, on, or outside the boundary line is out of bounds. Now, if you touch the ball or save the ball before coming in contact with those, then you are fine. So if I run, the ball's about to go out of bounds, I take off from inside the playing court, which means I'm not stepping on the line or past the line. I jump, and while I'm in the air, tap it back and then land out of bounds. That is a perfectly legal play. However, if I take off from on the line or outside the line and then I touch the ball, even though I'm in the air, I am still out of bounds because the referees look at where you took off from, and that's where your position will be on the court. So if you jump from out of bounds by stepping on the line or past the line and you tap the ball in the air, we equate your position to where you took off from, which is an out of bounds position. Another circumstance is where I'm from out of bounds and I pass the ball in, defender taps the ball and hits me while I'm out of bounds. Coaches think that since you're inbounding the ball, you aren't included on the playing court. However, you are part of the game and still part of the court. So even though I tap it back, you're the last to touch it and you're out of bounds, which means the out of bounds is off you, not the player that hit it back to you, because you're an active player once that ball is in your hands and you make that inbound pass. The last portion of the definition is what people tend to get confused on. So the backboard, the bottom of it, the side of it, and the top of it is not out of bounds. So if the ball bounces on the top or gets hit on the side or smacks the bottom from someone missing a shot, those are not out of bounds. It's only when the ball touches what is connected to the backboard, which is called the supports. In some gyms, that's what holds the net up. That's also what holds the net up if it's on the ground or on the ceiling, whatever it's attached to. So those bars that connect to the backboard, that is out of bounds, not the backboard from the sides, bottom, or top. The back of the backboard is also out of bounds. So if it hits the back of that, it is out of bounds. The rule portion just talks about who caused the ball to go out of bounds. So the last person to touch the ball before the ball went out of bounds, they caused it to go out of bounds. If the player is standing on the boundary line or outside the boundary line and the ball touches them, they caused the ball to go out of bounds. It doesn't matter if they're the person inbounding the ball or the ball's already inbounded, they caused it to go out of bounds. The special situation that I'm going to talk about is when two people on opposite teams are fighting for the ball. This is what we call a held ball or jump ball, and it'll be talked about in later videos. But when two people are fighting for possession, no one has possession because no one has control. So if you step out of bounds or step into your backcourt when you've attained front court status, it is not a backcourt violation or an out of bounds. It's a simple jump ball. So you cannot be out of bounds, you cannot have a 3 in the key or a backcourt violation or any violation for that matter if there's a held ball occurring. It's also important to note that you cannot avoid a 3 in the key violation by simply going out of bounds and coming back in. You will still get the violation.